Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. This is Jar of Fireflies, and here you will find videos all about my life as an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling mother of 3. And in today's video, I will be taking you along for a day in my life, as well as continuing to answer questions from our recent Q&A request. All right, so we are here for a random weekday vlog, and once again, I have a giant list of questions that I'm gonna be answering for you guys that you all asked me when I asked for questions for a Q&A. This is the last one of these I'm gonna do for a little while, but feel free to continue asking me questions in the comment section, and we'll just do another Q&A, I don't know, maybe in a few months. Every so often, I love to do these. So today we're gonna be answering questions about following the Jewish laws, about my family, about Israel, about clothing, just kind of all across the board. I'm pretty excited for these. These are great questions from you guys. So, all right, let's just dive right in and do a couple. Okay. 1, what is the hardest rule for me to follow? Okay, so as a Jew, we have 613 mitzvot that we are required to follow. These mitzvot are our laws. So all the things that we have to do. And then within the laws, there's often little intricacies down the line. So there ends up being more rules than I could honestly count that I have to follow as an Orthodox Jew. I love this question though. What is the hardest rule to follow? So for me personally, this really varies a lot. I don't necessarily struggle with one thing the whole time that I've been Jewish. I've been Jewish for like 10 years now. So over the years, this has changed quite a bit. There has been times when keeping kosher is like so hard because all I really want is to go to Taco Bell. And then there's other times where covering my hair is so hard because I feel like it just doesn't look pretty for whatever reason for that week. And there's other times where Shabbat feels like the hardest day ever because I just can't even, and I just want to play dumb games on my phone, but I'm still keeping all of the rules, and I wouldn't trade any of these things for anything. I mean, obviously, if I wanted to go to Taco Bell so bad that I would do it instead of keeping kosher, then I would go do it. But I prefer to keep kosher. I mean, all through life, there are choices, and it's not always easy, and sometimes we want to do both of the things, but we pick the thing that we prefer to do. So that's what I have done. All right, so that's that one. All right, okay, I've got some more questions right here, but I am going to start cleaning up my kitchen and answer those for the voiceover because it's getting kind of loud around here between the kids running around and finishing up breakfast and the laundry and everything. So let's do it that way. Okay, let's get to cleaning. Okay, and back to those questions. Okay, first one is, when do I have time for myself and what do I do? So I have time for myself early in the morning. That's why I wake up early, so I can have that like quiet introverting time. And I spend that time getting ready for my day if I did not do it the night before, praying, and then just whatever else I feel like. Sometimes I'm painting, sometimes I'm researching on the computer, sometimes I'm reading a book, sometimes I'm playing games on my phone. It's just kind of like whatever the mood strikes me that day. But yeah, that is my time. And I usually have a couple hours to myself in the morning there. I also, of course, have time at night. I usually lay in bed for a few hours before I go to bed. And a lot of times there, I'm working on like editing my videos and things like that, or answering your comments. So that's something else that I do in my free time. So yeah, YouTube. I totally do YouTube in my free time. This is such a fun thing for me. I love making videos. I love chatting with you guys in the comments, like all those things. So, oh, by the way, drop me a note there in the comments so we can chat. Let me know how your day is going. And if you have any more questions, of course, drop those down below. And I will not do necessarily another Q&A video, but I can, answer you down there in the comment section. Okay, and the next question is, do I visit my family or did I have to give them up? And I assume that this is in reference to the fact that I converted to Judaism instead of being born into Judaism. So my parents are Catholic, they are not Jewish. And no, I did not give them up. We have a wonderful relationship. We're very close. We go camping together. We enjoy meals together. We hang out at both of our homes together and talk on the phone, just kind of, I guess, I don't know, normal close family stuff. So they live nearby, which is fantastic. And we love to spend time with them. Okay, we are just about to get started on school, but before I did, I thought I'd answer a couple of quick questions about homeschool. So one, do I homeschool all day? No, but yes. Okay, so like the bookwork stuff that we do, like these piles of books back here behind me, that only takes a couple of hours in the morning, maybe like 3 hours if it's like a really big day. And that's for all of my children. But I look at homeschooling as a lifestyle. We are doing stuff all the time that I consider learning, whether it's doing laundry together or cooking together or any other number of things that we're doing, or if they're just playing together. I mean, that's learning. So homeschooling really is all day, but not really. So yeah, the book part stuff is only for a few hours in the morning and we're done. So another question that goes right along with that is, do I sit with them the whole time or do I just get them started? So while we're doing the bookwork stuff, I am sitting with them the whole time. There are some things, particularly with my son, where I can just get him started and then he's on his own, but I'm always there in case he has questions or if he needs me. So my kids are younger. I mean, my son is in 3rd grade, my daughter is in 1st grade, and they're both young for their grades. And then my 3-year-old is 3. So they definitely still need me. They're at a life stage where they're gonna need me no matter what. So that's just kind of where we're at in life. Okay, I'm gonna go get started on school and then we'll get to answering some more of y'all's questions. All right, so school is finished up about as much as it's going to be today. My daughter finished everything that I wanted her to do today. My son did not, but that's okay because honestly, if he doesn't finish school this week, we have the whole month. We're taking off the entire month for the holidays, so I can just grab little bits and have him kind of work on it over the next month. It's really no big deal. But because he didn't finish, I do have a few minutes to answer a couple more questions. So let's have at it. All right, okay, is it a legal name change after conversion? It can be. You certainly don't have to. There's no requirement to go legally change your name or anything like that. I did not legally change my name. I just go by 2 names and I'm totally cool with that. Some people I know though have legally changed their names. I don't know that that's the most popular option, but I've never done a survey either. Okay, the next question, are all Jews given citizenship to Israel? Not just like right off the bat, like I am not an Israeli citizen. My husband is because he was born in Israel. If we decided to move to Israel, I would get my citizenship. All I would need to do to get that is to move over there and prove that I am Jewish. So for me, that would be my conversion paperwork. I don't really know all those details, but you do have to prove that you're Jewish. Okay, one more, because why not? What is my proficiency in Hebrew? My Hebrew is okay. It's not fantastic. Okay, so I am in a home with a native Hebrew speaker. There's a lot of Hebrew that floats around our house, whether my husband is speaking to Israeli friends or his family or to our children. And then I've just picked up a lot from either watching Israeli television or listening to Israeli music or just study on my own, like trying to actually learn Hebrew. Obviously, at this stage in my life with little kids, I don't have a lot of time to devote to learning another language, and I am super not gifted in languages. So there's that also. I guess to answer that question though, I understand a lot of what I hear in Hebrew, but I will typically respond back in English. I don't have the confidence or necessarily like the vocabulary quickly in my head to be able to respond back in Hebrew. So I'll talk back in English. But yeah, I understand usually most of what's happening in a conversation, or at least the general gist of whatever is being spoken about. So when I am praying, so I guess maybe this isn't another question then. I've been asked a lot when I pray, am I praying in Hebrew or English? And I pray in a mix of Hebrew and English. So I work on studying the prayers in Hebrew, but I also want to know what I'm saying. So I make sure that I understand those Hebrew words that I'm using. So some of the prayers I'm praying in English, some I'm praying in Hebrew, and some are a mix. So there you go. All right, at this point though, I am gonna just kind of tidy up in here from school and start getting our picnic together. We're gonna head out to the park with some friends, go play in the creek. I know, shocker, right? Soaking up summer, you guys. We are soaking up summer. Okay, let's do this. All right, so we are headed off to the creek to meet our friends now. And since we're traveling on the road, I thought I would answer a travel related question. I was asked, what is it like when we travel, like as like people looking at us, like kind of, I guess, do we stand out because of the modest dress or the kippot, the yarmulkes on the guys' heads? And yeah, I guess we do. So for the most part, I kind of just ignore it. I just don't really even hardly notice it anymore because I also get the same thing around here where I live, and it just kind of becomes part of it, I guess. You know, at an airport or something like that, we really don't notice it because I think there's just so many different people at airports who are traveling and seeing so many different things that it's not a big deal. I think I notice it more if we're like in I don't know, like a small town in the South. That's where people will actually come up to us and talk to us, and it's usually like these wonderful people, and they come up and they're like, oh, are you guys Jewish? Like real Jews? You know, we love Jews. You know, my church supports Israel, and you know, it's so much fun, and we get to know people, and then they're not strangers anymore. And I super love that. I love when people come up and talk to us. So yeah, people definitely notice. So the biggest thing with travel actually is when I go to the airport, I end up always getting the extra pat down at the airport. And this only started after I started wearing long skirts all the time. And I asked one of the security people one time, I said, why do I always get pulled aside for the extra security check? What is it about me that this is always happening to me? I used to fly quite frequently, so for it to happen every single time was noticeable. And they told me, they said, well, with the long skirts, it's real easy for you to hide, you know, large weapons. And I was like, okay. So that's my travel answer. All right, we're headed over to the creek now, and I'll pick the camera up here again, check in with you guys once we're by the water. Okay, that was a fun afternoon at the lake. It is got to be close to 100 degrees outside. It was only supposed to be about 95, but it feels so much more oppressively hot than that, but that's okay. We still had an absolute blast. All right, so let's head home. All right, and we are home. Yay! Glad to be out of the sun, though I do love sitting in the sun. Anyways, okay, so the kids are taking turns taking showers. I've already taken my shower and gotten changed and everything, and I switched into a different hair covering. I am now wearing a snood. I did a whole video about different types of hair coverings that Jewish women wear, or at least the different kinds that I wear, which is quite a few and common amongst Jewish women. But I am asked all the time, where do I get my snoods? So I wanted to go ahead and just say that again. I get my snoods from Uptown Girl Headwear, and she has a shop on Etsy and an independent website. I will put a link in the description box below. Okay, so the kids, like I said, are taking turns. I don't know if I said. Anyways, the kids are taking turns taking showers and eating dinner. We're keeping it super casual tonight. I think we're just doing like cereal and snack plates. So like breakfast for dinner, but really breakfast for dinner. Not like a fancy breakfast for dinner like I did the other day. But anyways, we're all a little bit tired, but it's totally okay. All right, you look so pretty. Anyways, since I was just talking about the creek though, I wanted to say I got some questions about my swimsuit. People were wondering, can I actually swim in my swimsuit? And the answer is yes. I took the kids to the lake last week and we did like some actual real swimming in the lake, and it was just as fine as any other swimsuit that I have ever worn. I really love it. I think it's great. If you're looking for a swim dress or something like that, I'll put the link in the description box below also. This video is not sponsored by anybody. I just like sharing information of places that I love. So go shopping or not. Okay, yeah. Anyways, my daughter just got out of the shower, so I'm gonna get her some dinner and get the next kid in there. All right, check back with you guys here in a bit. All right, so I am closing out my night out here in the garden. The sun is kind of going down, I guess, enough. It's kind of getting to be a little dusky out here, and it's starting to feel actually kind of pleasant outside. Not quite so hot as it was when we were at the lake. And I'm just enjoying the garden, just being here in the garden. On the one hand, like, there's these beautiful flowers back here behind me that I'm just like, they're so gorgeous. And then on the other hand, I'm like, these weeds are just obscene right now thanks to all the rain we've been having, but that's okay. So anyways, the garden is still my happy place, even if it's full of weeds. I really would like to get out here and do a bunch of weeding, but there's just been too much to do lately, and that's quite all right. So anyhow, thank you all so much for joining me today. It was so much fun, as always, sharing my day with you. I hope that you enjoyed. Drop me a note down there in the comment section. Let me know what you think and how your day is going. And of course, be sure to like this video if you did enjoy it. Helps my channel out a lot and lets me know what kinds of videos you guys like to see. Sorry about the dog barking. That's my neighbor's dog, not mine. And of course, please subscribe if you have not already. I would love to see you here again. Okay, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one a close. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next upload. For like 10 years now. So the next question is, when do I have time for myself and what do I do? For the most part. Okay, I'm gonna run around. Oh, will you shut the door? Mm-hmm. Thanks, Bella just let herself in. Thanks, kiddo.
Oh, it was good though.
It's okay. What was I gonna say?
You were talking about when you get your Snoods.
Thank you. And of course, be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. And of course, it's not even my dog. And of course, be sure to like. And of course, be sure to like this video if you, that dog is not gonna stop barking.